This question comes from Red. I know we were corresponding for a while, but I think this will, help everyone else who might be wondering the same thing. So, Red writes, so should I buy progesterone cream? What are the breast creams that gave you the best effect, and what was the best regimen that gave you the most growth? BO 500, 1000 milligram, with the 10 drops, or just drops and protein? Do you personally know or have tried workouts that are proven to make the butt bigger? I don't want to gain muscle. I would like to keep the jiggle and fat. It's just what I prefer. Thank you, Rose. Okay, so progesterone cream is often used with many breast enhancement protocols. We all know that, right? So if you are taking bovine ovary is already progesterone based. If you're adding other supplements in your program because maybe you're low both estrogen, progesterone, then I would say, okay, you're going to add estrogen, progesterone. Bioidentical is the best. Get it from your doctor. But if you're going to try the herbs, I know that, okay, let's say you know you need these. This is based off of your test. You're supposed to be doing the test to know where your hormones currently lie. So based on your test results, if you need the progesterone cream other than what's in the bovine ovarian supplement, then you would definitely buy a progesterone cream that it's just progesterone, nothing added into it. You want to keep it simple. So the guide that I sent you, I've used those brands. They were both very well, but I think the bioidentical from the lab was actually the best. But when I ran out of the bioidentical from my doctor, because it is kind of expensive, I went with the ones that are in my guide. They're listed in my guide. Just choose one. I think I just went with whatever was cheapest. I think the Progestel was just fine. You can get that on Amazon. And I think they give you a free bottle with your very, very first purchase. So just try the Progestel. And it's very, very highly absorbable in your skin. I'm not going to say that was better than any of the others, but honestly, I think it's a great deal. You get a free one. So definitely try the Progestel. It says, okay, breast creams. You know what? I've actually tried some of the Pereira Mirifica, but this was something homemade a woman sold. I don't know if she's on eBay anymore, but you don't want to add anything estrogenic until after maybe a couple of cycles, if you really want to try like a topical, estrogenic cream. But honestly, I wouldn't even tap into them unless I knew that I need them. Like my labs say, look, you're low in all hormones across the board. Now, if you're just a normal girl, please do one thing at a time. Don't add the progesterone cream. Follow the guide. Just start the BO. Make sure you've got enough protein and amino acids, enough omegas, and wait a couple cycles and see. I'd say 2 to 3 cycles, and then, you could start adding stuff in. But remember, get your labs done just to be sure, because then you're going to be on a guessing game, and no one wants to be guessing on what they think they should add or not. Maybe you just needed a little bit more patience. Maybe you just need to up your dose of the BO a little bit more. Sometimes that's just all you need, is just the cholesterol, which comes from your omega sources. Barlean's makes a really good omega complex. You get some flax seeds, some evening primrose oil, some fish oil. Wonderful little blend. Some women grow with that alone and pumping with the BO, and they're just fine. But if you're like me, you would want to get the progesterone cream. Like I said, my labs denoted I needed estrogen and progesterone. So there was a time where I did a little bit of the estradiol, the lab created, but that was only a month. I couldn't afford anything after that. Did I need it? Yeah, I probably did. Would I have grown quicker? Maybe. I don't know. But I still grew just fine with the bovine ovarian tonic. So I didn't use a lot of estrogenic creams. I just used the progesterone that was bioidentical from the lab, and when I ran out of that, I switched over to the other brand's progesterone cream. Like I said, I think I stuck with the Progestel for the most part because it was just cheaper, you know? So, yeah, but I heard Emerita's just fine. I haven't tried it, but I hear from the forums, Emerita progesterone is also just fine. But remember, progesterone, or you don't want any estrogenic stuff mixed in with the progesterone cream that you buy. So with the BO, I want to say 500 or 1,000. I stuck, okay, so I took, like, let's say I had bovine ovarian pills. I would just take 2 of those a day and then add the 10 drops each dose. So if I took it 2 times a day, if I took like the 500 milligram pill, I would take the 10 drops. That would be my morning dose. And then in the evening I would take another VO pill, same amount, like 500 milligrams. And then I would take the 10 drops with that. And remember, my weight, I was like 103, 105. So just keep that in mind. But for the most part, I just took the tonic. So when I combined my BO, those were on probably 3 days, 4 days out of the month. The rest of the time was the tonic, and I took roughly no more than 30 to 35 drops a day. So I'd do like 15 in the morning, and then I would do like, 15 at night or 20 at night. I took the most, the bigger dose would be my nightly dose before I go to bed, so that it can like work in my body as I'm sleeping. Yes, the protein was really important. Like I mentioned earlier when I was writing you, I dropped my protein dose. Like originally was taking 15 grams in the morning, 15 grams at night. I was doing that for like, I think the first 5 months, and then after that I noticed that I was gaining a little too much weight, so I stopped taking my protein. I think I went to 1 dose, which was like the morning or the night. I just chose, it was either going to be the night or the morning. I just did 10 grams, and then I slowly tapered off of my whey protein supplement when I started noticing that I was actually growing pretty good. So they recommend that you do it all the way throughout, but I don't think it's really necessary. I mean, maybe I would have had better growth, because I did have my best growth when I had that protein, and I'm talking full on. I did the 15 in the morning, 15 at night. I noticed like my biggest growth spurt. So I want to say that that is really important. But if you notice you are gaining a little too much weight, go ahead and just stop taking or taper off the protein. Whatever you feel, you'll know, your body knows, okay, this is a little too much, I'm going to cut the dose in half, or I'm just going to cut it off altogether. And if I'm still getting growth, great, I'm not going to add it in. As far as having the workouts, I did mention the frog squats, because I didn't really have like a whole lot of butt muscle. Fortunately for myself, I at least had a really nice fatty butt, so this was never an issue for me. And I didn't notice anything with the bovine ovarian making my body curvier in that sense, but I have heard other women say that it has made them more curvier. So I mean, every woman is different. I'm not sure. I know you want to keep the jiggle. I know you already have like the muscle in the butt already. I would say just, like as I mentioned before, focus on the growth of the breasts first, because we all know you need to gain up here because you're already good on the bottom. But once you've gained up here, then you can add maybe like a topical estrogenic cream or something on the butt, because estrogen generally goes to the butt. So, but you want to make sure you're getting enough progesterone to at least grow the breasts, and then focus on the fatty butt. Focus on that after your program. That's what I would do. Personally, I would do. In the meantime, you should research what are best topical creams, maybe even foods. I know like wheat and wheat products goes to the butt. Corn, generally, not so much. Look at the Incans, and look at the Indian people from South America. They're generally bigger upper body, lower on the bottom, because of their diet. They eat more corn than wheat. So if you eat more wheat, more biscuits, more, estrogenic foods, it's going to go to the butt. So don't worry about that. Just focus on the boobs for now and research in the meantime. So yeah, I don't know anyone other than women putting like fish oil on their butt. Supposedly that works. It might work out for you, but I think it stinks. But you can always try like flaxseed. That's very estrogenic. Try the flaxseed oil on the butt. It might work. I'm not sure though. But it's just from what, over the years on the forums, what I've read other women doing that may have had success. They saw a little something. I think it takes a while though. Okay, so